It is June 11th, 2015. We're here at 2902 Poinsettia Drive in San Diego, California, 92106. We're going to inspect the main sewer line. We're here at the front of the house, and we have a 4-inch ABS cleanout that was installed. There's only a one cleanout T-junction here, which only sweeps away from the house. On this cleanout, you can see right here these little chewed marks on the edge of the plastic here. These are wear indicator marks that show that a drain cable or a hydrojetting cable has been put down here to clear the line several times in the past. So we'll see if we find any problems or not. Okay, we're now in the horizontal sewer line. The ABS pipe is transitioning to 4-inch cast iron pipe. So this is the 4-inch original cast iron pipe from when the house was built. Okay, what we're coming to right here is the property line cleanout. So in a few feet away here, you can see there's another T-junction. So you can see on the upper part of the screen, that's actually a drain opening that was originally put in. And then the pipe is going to make a downward turn here. We're now running down at a 45-degree angle. So we're getting pretty deep here now. And now we're going to be transitioning back to the horizontal line. And this cast iron line is now going to transition, we can see already, to clay pipe. So as we switch into the horizontal, now we're in clay pipe, and as you can see, we have roots intruding in the sewer system here. So we're going to back up just a little bit. You can see this black little line of roots, and it's actually growing that way. So as we come backwards to the beginning, that first connection, that's where we have a little bit of roots intruding right here at this first cast iron to clay connection. And that's what the little line of this growing off down the path of the pipe here. You can see, and then they kind of end right there. And then we come to our next first hub, and you can see a very large root intrusion right here. We're going to take photos of these as well. I'm going to back up just a little bit again, so you can see these roots here. So that's the first small intrusion when it first transitions to clay. This is our second large root intrusion here. That's a little bit of debris there in the system. Okay, here we have our third root intrusion. This one is quite large as well, as you can see in the system. This is blocking approximately 90 to 95% of the line. Looks like that's some stragglers there running the bottom, growing across here that we're pushing. Here's our fourth root intrusion here at this hub connection. Okay, here's our fifth root intrusion. And unfortunately with clay pipe, the pipe comes in very short pieces, so that's why there's so many intrusions. Every connection of one piece of pipe to the next is going to have these heavy root intrusions. These are all just stragglers that are growing along the walls of the pipe here. Cobwebs and here's another intrusion at this hub. This would be our sixth root intrusion. It's a little bit tiny, very tiny ones going in from this hub connection here. A little bit growing in from this hub connection. Very minor at this point. And here we have our connection into the relined pipe that the city did. So you can see the writing on the numerical on the white pipe here. This is a liner that the city and the companies they hired put in. So this is the city line right here. This is the end of this line. This is the large city pipe. You can see water running on the bottom from the neighboring houses. So we're just a little under 50 feet from the clean out, and this is the end of this lateral line. So we're going to go ahead and pull back, pause the video so we can go ahead and mark the root locations to see how deep they are, but they are all in the street. Some of them will be on the front yard, just barely and under towards the sidewalk area. So we're going to mark where these are at, and then we'll go ahead and note this on the video. Okay, we've pulled back our camera and we're at this property line clean out. So this is where the cast iron stops being shallow. It's at about 29 inches deep, and we have marked this with a flag and some green paint on the front lawn. It's only about 4 feet away from this clean out that was installed. And so at this point the line again takes a dive to get really deep, and then we have 10 root intrusions. They're all in the clay pipe. And 2 of the intrusions are still on the front lawn here before the retaining wall. So those are extremely deep, at about 92 inches deep. And then all the other root intrusions, the other 8 root intrusions, are under the front area from the sidewalk, essentially, area out into the street. And those are all at approximately 6 to 7 feet and 7.5 feet deep in the street. So we've marked all those. So we're going to go ahead and pull the line back and go from the roof vent now. So we're going to pause the video while we take our equipment up on top to inspect the rest of the sewer main. Okay, we're now here on the rooftop, and we're going to go ahead and inspect the very beginning of the sewer main as it runs out towards the front yard where that clean out was that we went in. So this is the original 3-inch vertical cast iron vent that we're going down right now. That right there is a 2-inch or 1.5 inch junction picking up the sink and tub. It's a vent. And out here we're dropping down. This is the toilet entryway right there. And as we go down vertically here, we're going to be transitioning into our horizontal line. So now we're in the 4-inch cast iron sewer main, running towards the front of the house. Okay, here we are at the very front where we started our first inspection. So this is the transition from the cast to the plastic. You can see the vertical clean out that we just came down. And then this is the area we've already inspected where it goes back into the cast iron and eventually the clay with all the root intrusions. So there's no other issues under the house and to the clean out, the problems, and that's why the clean out was put in, was because of all the massive root intrusions. So those either need to be hydrojetted, and then they'll have to be maintained annually with a foaming chemical, and possibly in several years still need a hydrojetting, just depending how aggressive the roots are and how well the root treatment takes. Otherwise, the only real feasible option is to have it relined. It's not feasible to dig up and replace this pipe. It would have to be relined. So that concludes this recording.